Hey everybody, it's Fox with FoxeoGames, and this is a Fox first scent of Shantae, half Genie hero. I'm playing the PC version. I got it on Steam. It released last year, 2016, and it's the fourth game in the Shantae series, the best looking of the bunch, which is to be expected. The series actually began on the Game Boy Advanced, if I remember correctly, with the original Shantae. That did not come, I'm sorry, the Game Boy Color. It did not come to any other platforms, so if you want to play that one, you got to get it on that or an emulator. The next in the series was Risky's Revenge, which did actually come to several other platforms, including Microsoft Windows. You can pick that one up on Steam, as well as the sequel to that, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, as well as this one, Shantae Half Genie Hero. It was originally a Kickstarter game, got kickstarted on Kickstarter. That's where Kickstarter games get kickstarted, on Kickstarter. And after the purple bird kicks you off and you land here, the game begins. It's a platformer, as you can tell, and Shantae's main attack is her purple hair. She just swings her hair at the enemies. That didn't seem like it would actually hurt very much, but in this case it does, because she's a half genie. I don't know if you picked up on that from the title, half Genie Hero. So Shantae's not a full genie, that's why she's not immortal and has ultimate powers, but she's a half genie, so she does have some special powers. And the big theme to this game is transforming into one of a variety of different creatures. The only one I've picked up so far in my time playing it is the monkey, which is the first one. The monkey can climb walls, and of course each creature gives you the ability to do something new and different, and you can use that to traverse through the areas and solve some of the game's sort of mini puzzles. I haven't found anything yet that's like on the level of Legend of Zelda puzzle, but there are a few little things in the game. As a platformer of this type, if you played any other game like it, then it's pretty similar. You know, you run, you jump, you attack, you dodge, all that stuff. You move some blocks, you break things, you pick up items, you pick up hearts, all that good stuff. There is a town. I think you saw some of the town at the beginning of this footage right here, and you can go and buy things as well, and you can collect different items to do different things for you, which is always cool. It does not have a main overworld that you traverse. It's basically a mission select from what I've seen so far. Haven't made it too far into the game, but there are a few cool, really cool parts to it, like some awesome little graphical effects and things that they can do in this one that you could never have done on the original Game Boy Color. So it's nice to see a series that starts out at very humble beginnings and then become more popular as it goes on. This is still a bit of a cult classic. I think a lot of people are just put off by the name Shantae, Half Genie Hero. Doesn't necessarily draw a lot of attention, looks like maybe a kid's game, but there are some difficult moments in the game. Like this right here I really enjoyed, because usually water kills you, at least in the previous games from what I remember, so I couldn't figure out how to get there, and I'm like, well, I'll just jump, boom. Oh, you can swim. I love it when they teach you stuff like that without telling you outright. The first song you heard there at the beginning I didn't really like. It had some lyrics in it. I felt that was a weak first impression for the music, but this second song is far more impressive. The game lets you save quite often. Of course, there's the save dude back in town as well. You always bump into him. This is a boss encounter, which are always fun in the game. It does take a bit of a Zelda format, and that typically to defeat a boss, you're going to have to do some special thing. You'll do it 3 times. Each time you do it, you'll weaken the enemy. You'll be able to move in for some hits. You'll do it again, and of course, you'll do that up to 3 times. And usually on the 3rd time you do it, you can defeat the enemy. Kind of that Zelda format, like a lot of previous Zelda games did that, where you have to like knock an enemy down or take the boss and make him weak in some manner or another, and then you get to wail on him for a little bit until he gets back up or recovers or whatnot. In that case, the Tinker Slug is just like, and it's got some humor in it. That's one of the things I do like about the Shantae series, though, is that they make effective use of humor throughout the game. There is a little bit of voice work. It's not fully voiced, but there are segments where you hear the characters, and it's actually really good. I think the game could have really done with a little bit more voice work in it. Of course, I'm sure that would have been a lot more expensive. In this case, there's no big spoiler. You got to go up here, knock that thing into the giant slug, and then go down there and wail on him. It took me a second to realize what I was doing. So I'll end up doing it 4 times instead of the traditional, 3 times in a row to get in the sufficient amount of hits to defeat the encounter. That character up there was one of the main enemies from the previous game. I think that's Risky Boots. Obviously the names are kind of comical as well, so the game doesn't take itself too seriously, which is fun. But again, there are some challenging moments in it. I remember playing the previous Shantae games. I played all of them except for the Game Boy Color one. All of them are available on Steam except for the Game Boy Color game, which didn't come to any other platform. And the music is what really stands out in many cases. The boss themes and the battle themes are so-so to me, but some of the themes are really nice. Like there was a forest theme in one of the previous games that I thought was awesome, and that's one I just would listen to on YouTube outside of the game itself. But it's always great when you get a game like this, full 16:9, goes up to at least 1080p. My monitor doesn't go beyond that, so I'm not sure how far it goes beyond that. And then it's got a high refresh rate, really super colorful. Interesting game to look at. Now some of the levels, as you'll see in just a moment here, some areas are overly simple. That's not a big deal, but it is something that stands out from time to time. And it almost looks like the quality of something you would see like from a Nintendo first-party title. But at any rate, guys, I'm Fox with FoxeoGames. What do you think of Shantae Half Genie Hero? Have you played it? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe, all that other good stuff. And I will see you guys next time.